Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom,
And I am Mike.
and today is Sunday Funday.
Woo!
Sunday Funday.
Should be a fun day.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me see. Sunday Funday today. I wanted to do this for a while now. I took the winner of the last 3 years of Bookers. So, and coincidentally, they were all 04s. But so we're going to put that up against the reserve, which was another $30 to $40 more than what we paid for most of the Bookers out there. Anyway, so we're going to get right into this one because this is going to end up being a long one. So it's going to be 2024 04. It comes in at 125.8 proof. We got it for $99.99 against the 2023-04. This was the only one that was semi-controversial because I picked 02, Mike picked 04, but I went with his pick. This comes in at 127.8 proof. We got this also for $99. Remember the days of $79 against 2022-04. This is 122.4 proof, and we got this one for $81.99. Again, the reserves. This comes in at 125.9 proof. We got this for $134.99. So again, I don't think I'll be able to pick out which one is which or anything like that, but I hope. By rights, the most expensive one should win. That's all I'm going for. But we're gonna see.
Doesn't usually happen for us.
It does not. So we'll find out. So normal mash mix-up rules. Mike pours them. I'm out of the room. He leaves. I shuffle them. We will be drinking the same thing at the same time. You will be watching what we're drinking because I'm going to run the B-roll underneath it, and we'll get right into glass number one.
And we could probably thank Steve for a lot of the Booker's bottles because we didn't find all of them. He helped us out.
Back in the day, I could.
No, again,
Yeah,
but not. We were lucky enough to get all four each year.
Yes.
That was a lot of help by him.
I pretty much thank Steve about everything, 9 times out of 10. He is hands down the best shopper we have on the channel. But a lot of these too know, like we had a hard time getting 2024-04.
I still haven't seen it in the out myself.
Yeah. I forgot where he actually got this one. Not that it matters. It's over here. All right, let's get right into this here. I'm sidetracking.
I'm sniffing.
Oh, he got this at his magical store, so he did
just
get this in Mass, though. All right, let's see.
Like, do you put stars on them now? Oh, you do. We almost need to take a ride to that store.
Because you can. Yeah, you said that. You keep
all
asking.
Both of us should go in and say, hey, thanks. He does all our shopping, but
you asked. You always ask where to get it, where to get it. So I started marking it just because I used to put MA on it, and then it's like, oh, but is it his magical store? And I'm like, I don't know. So now I put a little asterisk on it. So don't hit me wrong. Hold on.
No, it's carrying some heat.
It did. It hit me right in the back of the throat. This is the first sip of the day, so
it's still carrying some heat.
No, it's
when I was pouring too. One of them had a fruitier smell, just when I was pouring, which is not usually their nose. And again, their nose, even though it's been sitting a bit, it's still not a crazy nose.
It's not. Their palate is though.
Oh, the palate definitely gonna wake you up.
And it definitely woke me up.
You don't want to be choking on it.
No, I just said that. It's funny. I earlier today I did a. You can go check it out. I did a review with my son at Jerky's Food Reviews. We have fun over there. He gives me a shout out every day, and I choked on my own sweat right before on my own spit. I choked and I was like coughing the whole time. I'm like, really? He's like, oh, he's dying over there. So I was like, sheesh.
I know what a feeling that happened not too long ago.
Yeah,
I had to leave the scene if I remember correctly.
It's a simple thing. Sometimes you swallow wrong and you're like, uh-oh. Yeah, we're on to glass two now.
Actually, that was the first time I ever see. There's a ton of legs on number one.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, these are uncut and unfiltered. So
I'm not upset. Number one was very good.
Well, I think the nose on one was better than two.
I didn't really get
not by much, but
again, I don't know why I do that.
But I do usually.
On the way down, I do. On the way back, I don't. Don't ask me why. You can. You may not get an answer.
This one's way more peanutty. Like I got way more of a peanut shell on there. Yeah.
I just call it nut, but yes.
Well, yeah, but it's almost like a peanut shell more than a peanut.
Even the end residue.
No, like the whole way through. It was way more. Like I got what I remember was more caramel-esque on the first one. Like it didn't come off with that straight peanut that this one.
This one definitely is not. Yeah. I'm not really getting. I don't know if the nose is better in this one. It isn't for me. It's both the same. Lackluster.
No, I thought the nose was actually better in one. It was a little bit thicker and stuff, but Now the peanuts jumping out at me because I just drank it, but
Not
yes.
so much in the nose. I didn't get really.
Oh,
a nut in the nose.
yeah, it's right there. It's peanut in the shell, not boiled either. Silly boiled peanuts.
I'm surprised more Southern people didn't comment on our lack of liking.
No,
boiled peanuts.
it's to each his own. I if you like them, you like them. My buddy in Georgia absolutely loves them. I can't get into them. I don't know where to go with this. I thought I liked one better
for some
because of
reason.
the thickness,
I
but
was thinking that myself.
I'm going to put them close.
There is that nut flavor in too.
No,
so.
And sometimes I like that more, but for some reason today I don't know if it hit me wrong, or it's always gets a bad rap anyways because you didn't come off of anything else. So it might be different when we come back. But I almost just spilt it. That would have been bad.
That would have been a first, and it would have been you. That would have been better.
Knock on wood here. Don't be saying that. You're gonna curse me.
Yeah, if it's you first, it's way better.
Well, and by rights, when you cut the top off, you spilt one all across the whole table. So I guess you already did that. It just wasn't on camera. If you remember that when you had the thing.
Yeah. Some things just
again, the nose. It's funny on these. The nose does not come out of the glass until you take a sip of them.
Well, even basically till we come back for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was again. That was almost powder-esque. The sweetie powder. And yeah.
Okay, so when you were talking about the peanut in the first one, this one but there's way more caramel that comes with the peanut. You know what I mean? Like it seems to be thicker to me.
This one?
Yes. That's what I'm getting
not,
off of the
third
nut
one. Is not as pronounced.
It's not. It's got it's like a caramel coated one. You get more of a caramel.
So the sweeter.
Yeah. And you get a hint of the nut, but the two was just straight nut.
It was heavy on a nut.
And
I almost think I might like this one a little bit better.
Okay, so if you've just watched, I just pulled the peanut one back because compared to the other two, I think this is bringing. I like that nut flavor, but I like the fact that it has more caramel-esque notes to it, and not just straight peanut in a shell.
You're gonna be a little crackerjack over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like it better than one, but I'm putting it ahead of two.
I just did the same thing. And again, now that you commented on it, the legs are crazy.
Well, for some reason today, I could see them.
Yeah. I actually washed the glasses. Yeah. No, I do that every day.
We do it
yeah.
before I leave.
And I do it too much, actually, he says, but.
Not anymore. It doesn't matter. You got the right thing. You're not using emery cloth.
Little SOS, it's all right.
I don't get anything out of 4.
No, that's what they've all been doing that though. When you take the sip, it wakes up a little bit. But I'm even trying to roll it on the glass to try to get a little bit more. But
you know what happens when I go crazy spinning?
I agree.
The dog's tail's gonna get wet. There's not much there.
Mm-mm.
It does win. Well,
I like that though.
It does win in a flavor and box presentation. This is probably one of the better bourbons with box for presentation wise. It's probably excuse me up there.
And with all the prices that are getting ridiculous, and I know a lot of people bailed on them and stuff like that, and we could regularly find these for $79 when we first started the channel 3 years ago. You know what I mean, or however long we've been doing it. But I mean, they've only gone up like $10, $15 compared to others that are going way higher.
Right, and it was every year progressively went up.
They started high and kind of just maintained, like the rest of the people caught up to them in price.
Which the only weird thing is, like, if you find a 2022, it should still be at like $69.99 or $79. It's not.
It's at the 109. Well, because now it's rare. That's why. No, I get you.
Call it what you want, but they had it there at one time at that price.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's what you're looking for, I'm usually not disappointed with Booker's though.
I'll tell you,
I'm leaning towards
four is banging right now.
It almost seems a little smoother too.
I don't know about smoother, but it's way more viscous right now.
One seemed to kick in a little.
I'm gonna have to
maybe because that was the first one.
It's the first one, so that one gets a bad thing. I got a 3-way tie for first, and just one straggling behind because that peanut one it kind of lost me because the other 3 have so much more flavor going on. There's not. It's more caramel-esque, and I don't know if I like that better. I think I do. So we're gonna have to see. With that being said, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna cleanse our palate. We'll be back in 1 second. All right, thank you. All right, so we are back. We're going to start on the right, work our way left. I brought a friend this time.
See, it does work. It's all caramel-esque now.
It really was on the way there, but it certainly is
no,
now.
but
Once you cleanse.
This is definitely...
Yeah.
And we didn't even take that long of a break to start. So.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes. That's all you need. Just enough to cleanse your palate. Have a couple of pretzels. You know what I mean?
I think those would be delicious if they weren't honey flavored. I like the nose now.
I like this one on the way down. It has a great viscosity, and it has the difference being, I think I found some of these hotter than others. This one's just drinking like...
One seemed to be the hottest.
Right, so this one doesn't drink hot to me.
No,
it has so much flavor and taste and a great viscosity. It's staying more with flavor than it is with the heat of it, you know?
I didn't get in a word edgewise,
I
but yes, you are correct.
Well,
I agreed with all of that.
I was just trying to get it out before I lost my train of thought. I know. The guy on the left doesn't let the guy on the right talk. That's what I read.
Yeah, some people have said that, and I'm not offended because, honestly, you'd be listening to a mute channel. So I don't do a lot of the talking. I can fill in the voids or be devil's advocate. I'm pretty good at that. Be the dickhead. Pretty good at that.
I'll second that. That is very good. Whatever 4 is. That is very good. Sorry, don't make it.
You made me snort my glass.
No,
it's all fogged up. I don't see any legs. What do you
legs?
Oh, lassie lines. Remember that?
No.
When we were doing a roof, the tape measure. You were a tape measure guy. Remember that?
I don't remember the lassie lines. Though.
Yeah, it's 26 and 32 lassie or 3 lassie lines. I get that. We should have actually videotaped that.
That would probably not have been good.
We wouldn't have won OSHA.
Especially when the cop showed up at the end, and I'm like, yeah, no, he's taking that down himself. I ain't doing it. All right, let's get on to 3.
He had a lot of. This is more caramel-esque.
It is. I don't think it's as much as 4 though. I'm having. I don't know.
It's almost a caramel powder. It's got the sugar. The what is that powdered sugar?
Powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Oh,
did you see the light bulb go off on that?
Man, when it first put it in my mouth, I thought it was a little bit lighter and brighter than 4 is, but that has a great viscosity though. That's gonna be tough to pick which one I like better.
But this one even it almost has the same viscosity, but it has a little more of a light nut finish to this
I agree.
So it's almost a step up.
See, is it an up or a back? Because that 4 was so caramel-esque.
Yeah, but that's why. This gives me 2 flavors.
No, I got you. I'm going to have to knick-knack on this.
Yeah,
because I'm not sure which one I like.
Good thing someone over-poured so we could do that.
This does have a little bit of more of the peanut flavor that 4 was lacking. A little bit.
But it's light.
No, I get you.
It's not like, I think it was 2 that was the heavy nut. I kind of like that one. I'm going to edge that one up a little bit myself.
Legs for days. They are both very good.
No,
I just think 4 might bring a little bit more of the caramel to me, but we're gonna have to see when I go back and
maybe
forth.
On a caramel, but this one brings a little caramel with a nut.
It does have that. I agree.
To me, that's a.
I don't know if that's a pro or a con on this side of it, just because like that, there was such a rich, thick flavor on 4. So I don't know, but we'll see.
It is amazing how much the noses though come in after 5 minutes.
I know we've said this in the past. You know, if you would have told me you could take 4 of any kind of whiskeys and they would be this drastic, same company, same thing, and they're that drastic in flavor and taste. Like there is a distinct difference in each one of these barrels.
100%.
Yeah.
And then what we were also
batches,
talking yesterday, and we looked at the bottles and we said to ourselves, what we said out loud is like, who would have thought every one of these actually has a totally different flavor?
Oh, I agree.
I just figured, okay, you grab one, and forever we only seen like the same 3. You know, there was never anything here for actually never. It was really J&B was always like that J&B was always one, and
I would have bet money we were out of cheaper bottles already too. I mean, we've done well over 1,000 probably bottles. So if I added them all up,
there is still a couple. You know what?
I'm not talking plastic. No, I'm talking like sub 100 or sub. Like we really didn't regularly crack $150 yet, and we seem to keep finding some. You know what I mean? We have randoms here and there, but for the most part, the majority of the stuff we put on this channel has been sub $150. So I would have
On
thought
a
we
regular
already
basis.
ran out.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, this is big nut coming on this one.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, though, we're typically under 100.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sad, but it's like all nut. That's what kind of all you get out of it.
Again, there's not a bad one on the table. It is almost the outlier because it is so much nut forward. You know what I mean? Like, and that might have been the flavor that year. You know what I mean? Whatever this is.
It's not everything. It's kind of forward,
middle,
and end.
But that's
like
what I'm saying.
everything.
Like, compared to the other ones.
No,
you
I
get
agree.
nut. Where the other ones, you got the caramel and a hint of nut or just straight caramel and stuff like that. So
this has a nice little end heat to it.
It's still very good.
It has a little more of a kick. But I have it back. If you watch them where I got up, it's only for me, for my own little mind.
Nobody's watching, Mike. Don't worry about it.
They do.
I know. Go in a glass one.
This one still may not have a crazy nose.
Oh no, it's there though. I don't know where it's going to land, but it's
I almost got more ethanol than
right
off the bat.
One thing I want to say is I thought I would be able to like, oh, that's the reserve because it's a step above. There's nothing that's really diving out.
You know what's going to be funny if it's this one?
Yeah. Oh.
And we didn't catch that. I don't recall doing that one. We did that a while ago, so we did all of these a while ago. So
the difference being though is when you crack any of them by themselves, they're very good. But when you crack, speaking of very good, one is very good.
I was just going to say the nose after I let it swish. It is the nose.
But when you crack them next to other ones, it's where the good and the bad really shines through. That might actually be the reserve right there. That has a very good viscosity.
It was, to me, in the beginning, it was the hottest one.
Mm-hmm. Not now though.
I'm we're very well acclimated at whatever. It's weird because I'm thinking the reserve should be a little smoother,
and I think that might actually be it. Man, that has a finish for days.
It has a numbness on your tongue.
It is definitely hanging on.
It almost seems like there's a little more rye in that one for some reason, but
no, because I just took a big sip on that one and I swished it all over the place, and it just numbed me up like I threw in Orajel. That one numbed me up. That is very good though.
On the way in, it seemed to be the hottest one.
Correct. But I don't think
it definitely does still sparkle.
Oh no, it's
actually
all there.
Right now.
I like that a lot.
I do like that.
I like that a lot. But so what we're gonna have to do, because we're gonna have to knick-knack back and forth to figure out which one we actually like the best. And so it'll be 1 second for you. We'll be back in a minute. All right, so we are back. And again, we didn't guess which one is which because we really don't go back to these enough to be able to do that. The only thing we keep hoping for is that the one that wins is actually the reserves because it'd be nice that one time that the actual most money
like a lackluster. Oh, 20. Oh, never mind. I say it's lackluster because it was the fullest, but no wonder it's 20.
No, we just got it right. Exactly. So,
I get it.
We'll have to see. So we're going to get right into it. Mike. You, again, have watched what we actually did. We finalized. We actually agree on which bottles were the winners and the losers today. There is actually not a loser on the table. These are all very good, but there is a different variation of flavor. And quite frankly, one was the least peanut forward, the thickest, the richest, the darkest, and coated the best.
And we would like to think that that's going to be the reserves. Both of us agreed on that. So we'll see.
All right. Well, there you go. So you ready? You got the right pad? You ready to go?
Notes are all good.
Our last place glass.
Give it to me.
What was in glass number 2, and it's what you put in glass number 3.
3 was 2022-04.
2204. So that one came. That was the most peanut shell forward. It was peanut on peanut on peanut.
Yeah, pretty much that's all it was, really.
Yeah. So, but again, not bad, and it would be good if we didn't drink the other 3 with it.
I was just gonna say, not in a bad way either.
No,
it was actually.
It won for a reason. It had a lot of flavor. It did have a lot of flavor, but it was almost off profile compared to the other 2 because these had more caramel, less peanut.
They did have that. Yeah, correct.
So, all right, our third place glass. What was in glass number 3, and it's what you put in glass number 2.
2 was 2023-04.
2023-04. And again, so this was the only one that I remember 2023. I picked 02, and I think that was the one that everybody else in the world hated. So I picked yours anyways. I just thought it was funny. So I'll be curious to see which wins. Again, we think
which is
hopefully
weird
it should be the reserve.
Because usually your palate's more to everyone else, not mine.
No. I know, but I'm just talking about, everybody, like the reviewers were like, oh, it's terrible. It's dog water. And I ended up picking it because I thought it was actually pretty good. So we'll see. But our second place glass is what was in glass number 4. And it's what you put in glass number 1.
One was the 04.
So it was 2024. They're all 04. So the winner today was the Booker's Reserves then. So that should have been what you put in glass number 4.
It was.
Okay. And so, that's good. At least it confirms the fact that it is a little bit more money, but it does drink like it is a huge calm out bomb. It has the best viscosity. It finished for days. It just lasts in your mouth for days.
And for all you think, we don't stage any of this. This is all totally blind. We are not faking anything. So that's...
Oh, I don't think anyone thinks that. There was one comment the other day that was like, it's better when we don't know what the bottles are because we're not trying to guess it. If I had a pourer, I would love to have that so that it's 4 random bottles and we'll just see what it is. That ideally, that would be the case. The problem is my wife and my son don't have a clue what any of this even looks or tastes like. So, but it would be that, that would be great if we do, if we ever get big enough to have a pourer come in and do it, then, we'll
don't expect that.
We'll go with that theory. But that being said, again, for those of you that did hold out, I mean, it was decisively the best glass on the table today.
You see, both of us actually kind of had the same run of the gamut. And if you have our flavor profile, then yes, that by far did stand out.
The funny or the most impressive one to me is the 2024-04 because when we cracked this, it really wasn't impressive, but it has now won 2 blinds in a row. Came in second, and it won its blind to get into this thing. It opened up nice. So if you do have one and you tried it and you weren't impressed with it, this opened up.
Yeah, some people did make comments on that. And it was worth. Again, it's $100 most everywhere.
Right, but I remember when we did the review, we were kind of like, nah, we'll see how it opens up. This did turn into a monster.
It turned into a monster, and it really still held its own.
It would have won in a battle.
It would have.
If we didn't have the reserves on the table. But I really wanted to see, is this worth the extra $35, $40?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we got it for. That's around MSRP, too. Some people jack this up because it's a special bottle and stuff like that. Do I think it's a $200 bottle? No, I do not.
No.
Well, $134, I would buy another one. Let's put it that way.
Close to MSRP, we would both jump on that.
All right. So,
if it's going to be...
No, because
marked up behind glass, and that's what they think it's worth.
Yeah. Stores will do what they will do. We do, you know what I mean? So, well, there you go. This is the Battle of the Bookers. Again, these are the last 3 years, and winners of the last 3 years in our reserves. If you want to see a future Sunday Funday, leave a comment down below. I do write them down. I wanted to get this out because, as you can see, I got quite a few bookers over there that are getting low. So I wanted to get it out before we end up.
May sample them every now and then.
You more than me, actually. These are some of the few that I can honestly say that
I just admitted that I was guilty of that.
No, because I always blame you, but this is one of the few. So there you go. But
I like
again, leave a comment if you want to see a future Sunday Funday. If we have it, I'd love to do it. I will write it down. And we'll try to get to it as soon as we can. So that's our review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers. That's kind of funny.